Hey there, Tequila Army. General Agave coming at you again. And we got another special one for you here today. So today, we're going to be taking a look and reviewing Roca Patron Anejo. So this is one of the higher end Roca lines from Patron. Not your traditional Patron Silver that you're going to see in just about every bar out there. This is their higher end Roca Patron Anejo. And as you can tell, guys, I have dove into this bottle a little bit prior. And this one has actually been around the house. This is probably my second or third one of these bottles, so I think that might tell you where it's going, right? But for those of you in the Army, make sure to go ahead and click that like down below and hit that subscribe button so that you get notified for all these reviews and all of our blind tastings and things with friends that also come your way. So today, like I said, we're going to take a look at this Roca Patron Anejo. Now this comes from non number 1492. That's the Patron Hacienda. It is cooked using stone brick ovens, traditional old school method, and then it goes traditional old school even a little bit more from there because this is the Roca line, and that Roca stands for rock, right? So that means this is stone ground with the old Tahona wheel. From what I understand, it is actually pulled by a horse or a burro, I'm not sure which one, that it is actually then stone ground with that Tahona wheel before going into fermentation. The fermentation is done in giant wooden vats, and then it is 2 times distilled in copper pots. This is actually a little bit higher alcohol content on this one as well. This is not your traditional 40 proof. This is actually, your traditional 80 proof. This is 44% or 88 proof, so it's got a little bit higher proof to it. So we're interested to see how that kind of rolls. Now this has been aged 14 months in previous bourbon barrels, right? So that should give it some oak flavor with it as well. We'll take a look at that today. Now this is a gorgeous bottle. Now Patron is kind of known for its bottles, that iconic look, but this is a little bit different look. So some of you have probably seen this out there, but it is still a beautiful, beautiful bottle. They've got a little metal on there, recognizing the Roca Patron. It's a 100% cork top here that actually is engraved with Roca and Patron around the bottom of that. I'm not sure if you can actually see that out there, but it says Roca on that side, Patron on that side. A nice, beautiful, beautiful adornment on the top. On the front there, Roca Patron Anejo, 100% agave. And then on the back, the traditional Roca, or the traditional Patron B is on the back of this bottle, right? So once again, this is actually a gorgeous, gorgeous bottle. One of a few that I actually have within this line. Patron, as you all know out there in the Army, can get a bad reputation from time to time. Some of us have got tired of Patron. The marketing for Patron had been over the top. So when it comes to some of those lower end lines, there's just a lot better silvers out there, to be honest with you. But when it comes to this Roca line and the time that they take to put into this, I have been overwhelmingly impressed. What do you guys think? Drop that in the comments below. Do you agree with me that maybe the silver's a little overrated, or just, that marketing has gone a little bit over the top when it comes to that? And what do you think about the Roca line if you've had that opportunity to try it as well? So they've got lots of different lines and lots more that are higher end. When it comes to this one, when I bought this, I believe this retailed for about $95 when I purchased this bottle. Since then, I think it's come down a little bit in price here in the Midwest, and you might be able to get it in the 80s. Some of the Roca line now is available in the high 50s, depending on where you're at. But when the Roca Patron line was first released, it was a little bit more expensive. And I'll be honest with you guys, that was a couple years back, 5, 6, 7 years ago back, when I first got introduced to this line. And back then, it was kind of my go-to for a while. So it's been a little bit of time since I've tried it last. But let's go ahead and open this up and see what we get. Can I get a cork sound? Not really, a slight one. A little bit older cork here because this bottle I have had for a couple years. So let's go ahead and give this a nice little pour here and see what we get out of this bottle here. Again, this is the Roca Patron Anejo, aged 14 months in former bourbon barrels. So you are going to get some color to it. It's not as deep and as rich as other Anejos out there, but it's got a nice golden hue to it. Coats the glass really, really well. I'm already getting some of that cooked agave flavor on the nose, which is good because, as you guys know, when we get into those añejos, those extra añejos, we start to lose a little bit of that cooked agave. But I think using these old school methods and that old Tahona wheel really is probably going to keep that, because I'm already getting that on the nose right now. Oh yeah, when I bring it to the nose, definitely I'm getting a lot of that cooked agave. That's the #1 note coming through. Followed, actually, I'd say by oak. There's some of that oakiness coming through, a little vanilla. Maybe even a little bit of pepper in the background mixed with some caramel. There might even be a little bit of raisin or banana in there. But overwhelmingly, I am getting that cooked agave and I'm getting some oak and vanilla in there. So that's actually exciting. Those are some flavors you hope to get a little bit of that imparted from those bourbon barrels to get some of that vanilla, that oak that comes through. So let's see if it comes through on the taste as well. Oh yeah, that is a solid añejo. That is a real solid añejo. There's a little bit of burn on the back end, but it's really, really mellow. It stays strong with that cooked agave flavor, which is outstanding coming through there. It is balanced well with the vanilla and a hint of pepper on that end. Oak is definitely in there. The oak is coming through maybe 2 or 3 when it comes to flavors that really hit that palate. Yeah, definitely some of that oak. But it finishes with like a nutty honey flavor. Almost like if you mixed some like almonds and some honey together, it comes through with that. And there's definitely a warmth at the end as well. So maybe some would describe that as a pepper. I just think it's got a nice little warmth at the end. And that could come from that higher ABV on this product compared to that normal 40%. So that can bring a little bit of that warmth, but it's not like an alcohol kick, right? It just has a little bit of warmth with it. I'm not getting any of that banana anymore. There might be a little bit of that raisin in there. Really, though, it's dominated by still having a strong cooked agave flavor, as well as that vanilla and that oak. Those are probably the 3 strongest flavors coming through, followed by a unique honey nuttiness to it that really is nice on that palate. I'll tell you guys, this is definitely a good sipper. Have I had better añejos? Yeah, I have. It holds up though over time. It really does. So like I said, this used to be my go-to, and I can still see myself sipping on this. It's been a little while since I'd opened this bottle, but definitely still a great sipper to go to. So with that, Tequila Army, tell us what you think down in those comments. Make sure you drop that like, hit that subscribe button. Let the Tequila Army know what you think about the Patron line and the Roca Patron line specifically. So with that, Tequila Army, this is General Agave as always. Go on out there, taste new tequilas, try new things, and by all means, enjoy. General Agave, signing off.